Welcome back to Leeds Lately. We are live for Forest versus Leeds at the City Ground. Today, as you can see on the stream on the sides, we've got the lineups and everything, and I've also got something where I can show who's come on for who with the substitutes as well. So we won't have to be checking the lineup and stuff to see who's playing and checking the subs and stuff. We'll be able to see it on the screen at all times. So yes, about a minute till kickoff now. Anybody got any score predictions in the chat before we kick off? I think this is a massive game, and really we have to win it. So I'm going for 2-1 Leeds today. I'm going for 2-1 Leeds. I think Chris Wood scores because it's just inevitable, isn't it? But I think 2-1. Rob saying, welcome Rob. Rob saying 3-1. What time is it there? I always ask you this, Rob. It's the customary thing every time we do a stream. What time is it where you are? Michael S saying 2-1 or 3-2 Leeds. Yeah, good positive stuff from the guys in the chat then. But we need a win today. We really, really do need a win. 12 a.m. That's not actually too horrendous, but by the end of the game it will be pretty late, won't it? So let me just make sure I actually start the timer this time, because you know me, I sometimes accidentally forget to do things like that, and the score lines especially. We're about to kick off here at the City Ground then. Big game for Leeds United. We have to win it. Hopefully we see a bit of Ruta and McKennie today, but they don't start. And we have kicked off here. We're underway at the City Ground with the ball being flicked around in midfield at the moment and somebody just trying to get it under control. Michelle, welcome. Morning, 6 a.m. in here in Vancouver. That's not too bad either. You're just an early start. 3-2 win, fingers crossed. Yes, hopefully we get a big win today. We really, really need it. I notice how nobody predicts that we're not going to concede one because of the way we've been playing this season. It's just inevitable, isn't it, that we concede a goal. Welcome everybody joining as well in the chat. If you could just hit that like button, get the stream out to other people. I think that's how the algorithm works anyway. If you like it, maybe it'll be suggested to more people and we can get a big chat going in here with all those Leeds fans. So yes, Meslier with the ball now, drops it and gets ready to send it long. Sends it long out to the right-hand side. Won by Ayling, flicked on towards Bamford. Defended well by Forest, though, but sent out to the midfield where Leeds are trying to win it back, hunting in packs. Ayling trying to be aggressive and win the ball. Leeds are swarming well here. If anybody's seen my Tactics Explained video, a lot of the time when we lose the ball, we will do that recovery and repress, and we saw it perfectly there when Leeds lost the ball and Forest player was able to get past a few Leeds players. You saw Leeds players all make a sprint recovery run and then go back towards him, and he basically thought, I can't get through here, so he turned around and went back towards his own goal. So it's the second best thing. If we can't win the ball, at least we can force them back and stop them coming towards us. Tyler Adams wins the ball here, flicks over towards Sinistera. Sinistera's in the box. Sinistera! Oh, great save by Keylor Navas. And that is what happens when you sign a bloody Champions League winning goalkeeper on loan. That is excellent. Patrick Bamford backs into his man. The ball goes through. Sinistera just flicks it over the defender, and his outside of the foot shot is saved by Keylor Navas very well. But early promising signs from Leeds there. Good start to this game. Brennan Johnson with a header forward. It's only gone to Max Verber. Tyler Adams tries to clear, but it goes right up in the air and Rocker manages to get it. Rocker does really well there. Now the ball with Harrison. Harrison tries to play it forward to Bamford, but can't quite get it into him. You can see the patterns that I was talking about in that video as well, where Harrison, although his pass wasn't successful, he was trying to get it up to Bamford early so that Bamford can bring into play the other players around him. But obviously Bamford wasn't able to bring it down there, but you could see where the idea comes from. Leeds have got a throw in now, just by the halfway line. Pascal Strout to take it. Afternoon, Michael. Welcome to the stream. Max Verber with the ball at the back now. Looking to play the ball into Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison looks up and gives it into Nonto's feet. Nonto being battled here, but keeps the ball well. Gives it into Verber's feet. Does well there. Ayling with the ball, passes it into Bamford, and Bamford's flick's cut out, but Leeds have won it back straight away, which is exactly what they want to be doing here. Putting Forest under pressure from early on. There's a bit of a head tennis match going on in the midfield now, but Leeds have won a free kick out of it. I think it's a good start to Leeds. It looks a little bit scrappy, but Leeds are doing all the right things that Jesse wants them to do. They're running back, making those recovery runs, winning the ball back, not letting Forest play through the midfield, and just making it difficult, really, for Forest to play when they don't have the ball. Leeds with the ball now here. Rocker into Pascal Struijk on the left-hand side. Nonto now with the ball. Nonto cuts inside. He's looking for options. Rocker takes it off and gives it to Harrison on the wing. Harrison trying to come back inside, but he's tackled there for a throw-in in quite a dangerous position. Leeds are dominating possession a little bit here and doing well with it, but really we need to start trying to get the ball forwards and into that box now. Nonto tries a little flick and Bolly's able to clear it. Verba tries to play a ball out wide to Ayling, but doesn't quite get there. Leeds just have possession at the back now. I'm hoping we see a bit of McKennie today and a bit of Ruta off that right-hand side as well. I really want to see what he can do in this team, because I think this could be the sort of game where he comes in and provides a bit of magic. So I'm looking forward to see if maybe a bit later on in the game we do get him. Coming in. Which, like I said, for anybody who missed it at the start, I've got this new graphic here that I've made where I can put on the substitutes, who's come off and who's come on, so that we can actually see who's on the pitch at all times. Makes it a bit easier. Danilo tries to get through with the ball there, new signing, but Struijk is able to take it off him with relative ease, give it back to Cooper. I think somebody said on Twitter before that although Liam Cooper's playing, Ayling is actually the captain, so I don't really know what that's about. And also, Cooper is playing at right centre-back, which obviously he's left-footed, so it seems a little bit... I don't know. I think I would prefer that than putting anybody else in there particularly, because at least he's actually a centre-back. But I do worry a little bit about him being put on his weaker side. Adams tries to win that. Could that have been a high foot from Danilo? Maybe, but Sinistera tries to bring it down and can't quite. Michael saying, even with Leeds new signings, everyone is sounding positive now about Leeds survival, but I don't fully buy into it, as the new signings have to hit the ground running early to judge the new signings. Yeah, they don't always necessarily work out straight away, do they, signings? But I think with McKennie, you can sort of guarantee that he will, really, because that connection, which I talked about in a video where we were going to sign him, that connection with Tyler Adams is going to be really, really good. Nonto tries to cut the ball across the box into Ayling. Ayling has a shot and it's deflected by a Forest player, and Tyler Adams is trying to keep the ball, and then leaves his tackle. It goes out for a goal kick. Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you kind of do need these players to come in straight away and be really good, but it doesn't necessarily always work like that, does it? But I do think that we've added a lot of quality. It's better than not adding anybody at all. And also, if we win this game, it looks a lot better for us, because we've actually got 2 games in hand on everybody around us, but Forest, where we've still only got 1 game in hand on them. So if we win this game today, things start to look a lot better, especially if we can get some sort of result against Southampton or Everton. Struijk tries to put the ball into the box, but it's just too close to Keylor Navas, and he's able to catch it with ease. Rob Bailey saying, terrible time to lose Rodrigo. Yeah, a lot of people have been going mad about the fact that Jesse brought Rodrigo on when we were 3-0 up against Accrington Stanley, and I can see where they're coming from, but for me, like, you can't just bubble wrap players. Like, if he thought that Rodrigo needed a game, then it's his prerogative. He's in charge. He's going to bring him on. He doesn't bring him on because he wants him to get injured. He just brought him on to play the game, and it just happened that he got injured. It's a nightmare for us, but Rocker tries to put a ball forward through to Bamford, but it's dealt well by the Forest defence. So yeah, I think the Rodrigo thing, it's a real shame, and I'm gutted about it because he was having the best season he's ever had at Leeds. But Bamford's just come back. We've got Rutter, we've got Joseph and Perkins waiting in the wings, which I know is not a great solution for first team Premier League football, but at least they're there. So we've got options. If we hadn't have brought Rutter in, I would have been like terrified. But at least we've got Rutter as well as Bamford. If Bamford's able to. Which leads me nicely onto Rob's next comment. To be honest, he's more nervous about Bamford limping off than Forest doing anything. Yeah, well, exactly. But if he does, we've got Rutter, £35 million record signing on the bench to go up front. So it's not too bad. It's not as bad as it would have been, is it? Leeds have got a free kick, though, about halfway inside the Forest half, and Mark Rocker's going to try and curl it into the box. He floats it towards the back post, and it goes over everybody and out for a goal kick. There was a bit of pushing and shoving, and a few Leeds players fell over there, but the ref didn't seem to give anything, so it's just going to go for a goal kick, and Keylor Navas is going to take it. What a mad transfer that is, by the way. Keylor Navas, when... I know he's not first choice at PSG, really, is he, because of Donnarumma, but still, to go for, like, just be like, oh, yeah... But I suppose he just wanted to play football. They've got an injury to Henderson, haven't they, to Dean Henderson, Forest. So they needed a goalkeeper. And if you're going to get one on loan, get a Champions League winning goalkeeper. So, yeah, it's a pretty good loan signing from them, if I'm honest. And I think he could be massive for them. When you've got a keeper that good in a relegation battle, it could be really big for them come the end of the season. Nice ball into the box from Harrison to Bamford. Leeds are battling to keep the ball here just outside the box. Harrison with it now. Harrison tries to pass it into Bamford. Bamford lays it off to Nonto. Nonto's just tackled and Forest are able to break a little bit here. The Forest player runs into Cooper and Cooper picks the ball up. Michael saying the new signings can't afford to be slow off the mark like Rasmus, Aronson and Rock. I think Rock has been good. I think Aronson and Rasmus, you can argue that. Verba hasn't been tested yet against a quality team, and Rutter and McKennie have to make their mark quickly. Yes, they do, but like we said, like you'd rather have them than not have them. They're better than what we had, even if they are slow to start, I think. So I think they'll be pretty good when they do come in. I think I've already seen, it was only against Accrington Stanley, but you could see the sort of things that Rutter was doing. If he does that for Leeds in the Premier League, then I'll be very happy with it. Forest are now breaking out with the ball from their back. They've bypassed the press and they're trying to counter-attack on Leeds, but Verba comes out and makes an excellent tackle. This is what I was talking about in the tactics video. Verba is an aggressive centre-back, which means when he sees the ball coming towards him, he will go out and win it, and he has such confidence that he's going to go out and win the ball that it just means that he's going to go and get it, be aggressive. And now look, Leeds have just nearly won a corner. They've won they're giving away a goal kick to Forest, but Leeds have nearly won a corner because Verba came out, stopped their counter-attack with a great sliding challenge, and then went and passed it back up the pitch again. So that's exactly what Marsh is on about when he wants bravery and aggressive centre-backs to come and win the ball. G&C, welcome to the chat, mate. Welcome to the stream. There's 50 of you in the chat right now. If we can get that like rating up to 30 likes, then I would really, really appreciate that because it really helps me out. Cooper now clearing the ball. Ayling tries to keep it in, but it's gone out for a Forest throw-in. Sky Sports just showing that action areas in the first half, 40% in Forest's final third, as in us attacking them, 52% in the middle, and 8% in our final third, as in Forest attacking us. So, yeah, I don't think it's going badly so far. Leeds have just given away a free kick, though, as Pascal Strout gets a yellow card for bringing down Brennan Johnson. I don't think that's a yellow card, not this early in the game, and for the type of challenge it was. Danilo is hacking at everything with blue socks. Yeah. Is this his debut, Danilo? I'm pretty sure it is. He hopefully, he struggles a little bit with the pace of the Premier League at first, and we can exploit the fact that it's his first game until he gets used to it a little bit. But yeah, Forest have got a free kick in a position that we have conceded from before, out on the right hand side. Brennan Johnson, oh no, sorry, it's Morgan Gibbs-White is going to try and curl it into the box here, float one in. Gibbs-White into the box then. Strout gets a header on it, 1-0 to Forest. Comes out to the back post, and Brennan Johnson just volleys it in. tried so hard to be positive before the game. It's only 13 minutes in. There's a chance, but this is what happens. We're all over a team, and bang, 1-0. Yeah, and I said 2-1 as well, so it's still on, but it's just... Yeah, Strauch doesn't get enough contact on the header. He heads it down, it bounces straight to Brennan Johnson, and Brennan Johnson, great volley into the bottom corner, to be fair, but Phil saying first shot goes in. I don't think that's Mellier's fault at all. I think Strauch should have done better with the header, and Leeds potentially should have got a block in there, but take nothing away from the finish. It's an excellent finish. Oh, I've put the score on the wrong team. If only it was 1-0 to Leeds. There we go. The results yesterday didn't go our way, Michael's saying, either. Everton and getting a new manager's bounce, and so it's not. It's a must-not-lose game, really, even though Forest have taken the lead yet. And for some reason, we do better when we've gone 1-0 down, but we really need to start winning games. Like Rob's saying, statistically, we are most dangerous when we're behind, and we are. But I do worry a little bit now that we've gone 1-0 behind so early. It's just like if we equalise, do we then go on and win, or do we go and let things slip again? So we really need to score soon to try and cancel out that deficit. But like we said before, this is a must-win game, so that's really frustrating to see that we've gone behind so early. I'm gutted about that. Fans singing Leeds are falling apart again. Verbal with the ball now. Looks up and plays a long pass down the line. Nonto manages to nearly win it, but Rocker's won it. Backheeled it to Nonto. Nonto into Rocker. Rocker's down the line, and Nico Williams is able to make a sliding tackle, and Leeds will have the throw in here. Welcome, K-Bone. Great to see you too. Joining in the chat. We've got 30 likes, but 70 viewers. If we could just get that up a little bit, that would really help me out. Thank you, guys. TK's in the phrase "against the run of play" was created for that. Yeah, exactly. We'd been all over them. It was literally the moment after I said that they'd only had the ball in our final third for 8% of the game. Then they got that free kick, and I said this is a dangerous free kick, and we've conceded from these before, and that's exactly what happened. I don't know why Strout didn't get rid of that. Jake saying, what's your opinion on Llorente leaving? I honestly think we were worse with Llorente in the squad, because it meant that that they would actually bring him on and use him, and I think he'd become an absolute liability. Strauch there's made a mistake and not got enough contact on the header. He probably saw it late and headed it down into the ground rather than out properly, but it's gone now. We just need to go and score a goal, cancel out this deficit, and we start again. But psychologically, going behind again for the Leeds players is going to be in the back of their minds all the time, knowing that they need to win this game. Yeah, we did need to bring a left back as well. But we haven't done it, and yet another win. Yeah, I mean, this window's been fantastic, but another window without bringing in a left back, and we're still having issues. It's not really... Well, that one should. Strauch was in there as almost a centre-back then. He should have done a lot better with that header. It was nothing to do with the fact that he's playing left-back, but we have got issues there. Keylor Navas takes a long goal kick then. Won by Ayling, back down the line. Bamford's chasing it down. Strauch is better than Llorente. He's just better at centre-back. Yeah, I agree, K-Bone. He should have been better there as well. Lee's just trying to get the ball into the attackers, but it's just not going very well, and we've just given away another free kick to Forest. Sean Dyche sat watching. Get out, Sean Dyche. Stop watching us. I know you would be on the TV anyway, but I don't want to see you at the game. Yeah, there's plenty of time left. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we play Everton in a few. I tried to get tickets the other day, but I couldn't. But we play Everton in a few weeks, but I don't want to see Sean Dyche's head until I have to. Till it's unavoidable. Come on, Leeds. You're just talking about Strauch's header there. Yeah, just saying what I said, basically. He's got to have a better contact on the ball and get rid of it rather than heading it into the ground like that, because he's just set him up perfectly. Forest are now breaking up the pitch here. Failed pass from Morgan Gibbs-White, and Nonto puts it into Bamford's feet. Bamford tries to cut inside, and it's taken away from him by the Forest centre-half. Danilo wins it off Harrison and plays it out wide to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson breaking down the right-hand side. Tyler Adams trying to come across to cover. It's cut back to the edge of the box to Morgan Gibbs-White. Morgan Gibbs-White shoots and Strauch blocks well, but it's gone out for a Forest throw-in. Yeah, Forest just completely played through us then, which is obviously, like I said, what the idea of Jesse Marsh's system is, that they can't play through us, but two players went to press. He just picked a pass right between them, and then they just broke down that right-hand side. Jake saying that we should have got another left-back, basically, which, yeah, I totally agree with. He should have got another defender as well as Verba. And really, in the summer, we need a left back and a right centre back are the priorities, and that's what I want to see come in. Melee looking for an option. Gives the ball to Verba. Out to Pascal Strauch here. Just coming over the halfway line now and giving it into Willie Nonto. Nonto into Harrison's feet. Harrison looking for options and gives it into Sinistera, but Sinistera's pushed there and Leeds won a free kick about halfway inside the Forest half. Sinistera's boots come off. Oh, actually, Jesus. Those boots, those football boots the Premier League players wear must be so weak. Sinistera's just had his foot stood on and his entire boots just snapped in half. Like, the whole thing is just ripped. Look how weak they are. It's like made out of paper. The whole boot just ripped. No wonder they get injured easily as well on their feet. Like, the boots are paper thin nowadays. Obviously, it's for lightness and speed across the turf, but that one literally just ripped in half. And Rocker's saying just play on, and Sinistera's just like opening his boot and saying, like, look, it's literally broken. It's going to fall off my foot if I move. He must be trying to get him some sort of replacement boot now, but what if they don't have one? You just have to play with tape around his foot like the old days. He's gonna have to play with odd boots, Sinistera, or unless he's gonna switch the other one as well. It was Puma, wasn't it? Rocker ball into the box now. Challenge for it. Oh, and Kayla Navas is able to pick it up as it bobbled around in the box. It was Puma, wasn't it, a few years ago that brought out those boots where one was blue and one was pink, but they were a pair that were supposed to go together, and some of the players had them. They were ridiculous. Oh, the ball just bobbled out. The keeper flapped at it. Ball bobbled out, went to Bamford's knee, and Bamford just couldn't control it. I mean, it just went straight back into the keeper's grasp. Very unlucky. And there's I think it's Willy Bolly. He's down for Forest after that clash with the goalkeeper. Come on, Leeds. Just need 7 more likes of 50 likes, guys. just whilst we're waiting for the game to restart again. Try and get that like total up to 50. Zachary saying can't lose to Forest. Mark Smith saying lol lol lol. What is score? Handy delay will allow Cine to sort out his boots. Yeah, if he can get an actual pair going rather than a thingy one. I don't think that's necessarily the problem, really, Rick. Especially in that for that goal, like we conceded from a free kick. That's nothing to do with the system. Jack saying, "Hang on, so our player gets stood on, and boot ripped, but we have to take the free kick whilst he's getting a new one." Yeah, but I think it's because those players are actually down injured. Whereas Sinistera was actually fine and just needed a new boot. Renan Lodis made a foul there on Luke Ayling, I think. Oh, no. On Sinistera. Yeah, Renan Lodis just took Sinistera out. Oh, we've hit 50 likes, thank you. Cooper into Rocker. Rocker looking up and trying to play it, but he's giving it into Verber's feet. Verber gives it back to Cooper. Out to Tyler Adams. Good ball into the box from Strauch, and Bamford isn't able to quite get on the end of it, but it's gone out for a Leeds corner here. Oh no, it hasn't. It's going to be offside against Patrick Bamford. Close. It was close. Going to be a long goal kick then by Keylor Navas here. Sends it up to the right-hand side where Strauch challenges with Brennan Johnson. Rocker's able to win the second ball. Nonto tries to win the third but isn't quite able to because he's a lot shorter than Willy Bolly. Bolly puts a ball through, which Wood wins the header, but Leeds are able to clear up in the end. And Cooper's just sent it straight out for a Forest throw-in. It's just watching the same game every week, isn't it, with Leeds? Just play well for the first 10 minutes, then concede a goal. Strauch able to clear there. That must be a free kick. Bamford's just been completely blocked off. Come on, Leeds. We need to get back into this game before half-time. Throw into Leeds then here. I fear this game's going to be a repeat of the Villa game. Michael's saying as soon as Villa took the lead, they defended in a low block like an away team, just like Forest is doing now and trying to pick us up on the counter. That's why I think that we need to bring somebody like Ruter on. Obviously not in the 27th minute, but Ruter is the sort of player who can unlock a game like this. I think Sinistera is as well, but I think Nonto's excellent, but he's the sort of player who's great when he's got space to run into. And now that they've gone ahead and that they're going to sit back, I think a better player in there would probably be Ruter to try and unlock this defence. Jake saying even when we were dominating the forward play in the FA Cup, we concede stupid goals. I know the one today was a free kick. We need Dallas back. Yeah, there's no guarantee that Dallas is going to be the same player as he was before he got injured, to be honest. But at least it adds more experience back into the side if he is able to come in and play left back. I think if he was fit, he would be the best left back at the club. If he was playing like he did before he got injured, he'd be a better left back than Strauch. So I know, even though he's right-footed, but TK saying, I hate that they got Navas. I've seen too many US versus Costa Rica matches where he single-handedly keeps them in the game. Yeah, he's an excellent goalkeeper, isn't he? And like I was saying before, he's the sort of keeper who could be massive in a relegation battle because he's really Nonto just having a little scrap with Nico Williams there, but smiling the whole time like he does. But yeah, Keylor Navas is an unbelievable goalkeeper. And he's like Champions League winning, so in a relegation battle, he could be massive for them. Ooh, slid in a bit high there, Nico Williams, but Rocker's able to flick it on towards Nonto, but Nonto's just too short to get back there. I think Danilo's having a bit of a stinky, you know. The Forest holding midfielder, Danilo, the new signing, is having a bit of a stinker in here. He's hacking players down all over the place, and his first touch isn't great. He keeps losing the ball, so hopefully he that is a yellow card if ever I've seen one. Hopefully he's absolutely crap, and like I said before, as it's his debut, he's not used to the pace of the Premier League. He keeps getting the ball taken off him and then bringing people down. Yeah, Rob called it as well early on that Danilo was heading for trouble. I think he could go off in this game, Danilo. I think as well, from what I've heard, he's the sort of player who gets red cards every now and again. That feisty Brazilian spirit that he's got. I think the pace of this game might be a bit too much for him, and he might end up getting himself into hot water later on in this game. Strauch trying to argue that it was a bit of studs up in there, which I can see the argument for. You did go in high. Adam's slam dancing out here. Somebody educate me on what slam dancing means. Rocker, though, with the free kick here, ready to put the ball into the box. With all Leeds players gathered on the edge of the box, Rocker puts the ball in. Goes towards the back post, but comes out onto the edge of the box. Ayling's able to try and find a long ball into Nonto. Nonto cuts it across, and Sinistera skies it from 6 yards. Oh, Sinistera skies it from 6 yards out. Ayling does really well to pick out Nonto. Nonto does really well to put it across the box, and Sinistera just absolutely spoons it over the bar. That should be 1-1. I should be going into the stream settings and changing it to 1-1 right now. But Sinistera has missed that chance. Come on, Cine. Get another one. Get another chance like that and you score it. He looks very disappointed with himself, and, well, he should be, really, with that chance, but let's hope he just gets another one, or anybody gets another one, because that was a really good bit of play. Good header back. Good calm header back to the keeper from Verba there. Melier's rolled it out to Ayling. Ayling's looking to play the ball down the line to Sinistera. Sinistera's trying to win the header. Tyler Adams backing him up here. Leeds able to squeeze in there and play that little pressure. And Forest have just kicked it straight out. Yeah, I love Verba as well. I think he's improved us massively. He has that level of calmness and strength at the back where he just knows what he's doing and he just does it. Throw-in comes in now. Another throw-in here to Forest. Long throw then. Ayling heads it away. Only as far as Danilo, who heads it back again. Chris Wood trying to hold on to the ball here, but he's taken a touch and gone straight out. I feel like Chris Wood's form has just gone off a cliff. He was either never that good or he's just a bit crap now. Because he just, I don't know, like with the ball, you know, maybe he's always been a bit terrible with the ball at his feet, but he just keeps... I'd like Verba to be involved in choosing targets for the back line. He probably calls the shots in that back line now, alongside him and Cooper. McKennie and Ruta on at half-time. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if he will do that, because for some reason, Marsh seems reluctant to put subs on at half-time. But we could see that. Ideally, yeah, we bring on some substitutes to try and change this game. But like I said, the one for me is Gnonto for Rutter. Harrison tries to get it into Gnonto now, but Nico Williams is able to get it. But Harrison's chasing back and trying to win that ball. And Strauch's completely missed it, and it's gone through to Brennan Johnson, and Verba's done what Verba does and won the ball excellently. Yeah, it was K-Bone, I think, saying, I love Verba. Yeah, he's just that calm head back there. Strauch, the ball just went straight underneath him, and then Verba's just won it. Jesse Marsh having a little bit of a go at Strauch and telling him where to pass the ball there. New Zealand international, so he can only be so good, to be fair. Yeah, but I mean, like in the Championship, he scored 25 goals in one season for Leeds. Or was it 35? It was something very good that he scored for Leeds in the Championship, and then he was very consistently 10 to 15 goals a season for Burnley for a good few years. Oh, ball into the edge of the box. Rocker tries to flick it in. Oh, and it's able to be cleared by Forrest, but that surely was a handball from a Forest player there. Strauch with a header, gone out for a throw-in for Forest. Jake saying, I don't want to see Aronson this match if he's going to spend too long on the ball and just lose it. Yeah, I think Aronson needs a break, and definitely I would be bringing on McKennie before I brought on Aronson. Strauch looks a little bit, a bit shaky at the moment. Firpo would be, it's hard to tell though, isn't it, with Firpo, because would he just get absolutely rinsed by Brennan Johnson? I feel like he would. Whereas at least Strauch maybe is a little bit stronger defensively against him there. Oh, and Verba clearing up again. I think Jesse Marsh has to do something at least. Bamford with the ball. Nice ball out to Gnonto. Gnonto now running against Nico Williams. Ball into the box. Bamford completely spoons it. Ayling saved by Keylor Navas. We've had chances, and that was another good one. Ayling on his weak foot and saved really well by Keylor Navas. That's the difference, having him in net. He saves things like that. Bamford just completely spooned that. We still had a good chance out of it, but Bamford completely spooned it. Gnonto with the ball now on the edge of the box. Gives it back into Pascal Strauch, who was waiting behind him. Into Mark Rocker. Mark Rocker plays the ball down the line to Gnonto. Gnonto into the box again, does really well. Gives it out to Strauch, Sinistera. Back into Gnonto. Strauch now with the ball. Rocker's got it. Plays it into Sinistera's feet nearly, and it's going to be another throw for Leeds. P. Morton saying Bamford is surplus to requirements at this point. I don't think so, especially with Rodrigo being injured. I think when Bamford's in form, he is a force to be reckoned with. It's not just his actual scoring, it's his ability to hold the ball and to play the system that Jesse actually wants him to play. But Michael's saying Gnonto is Leeds' main threat at the moment. Yeah, he seems the one who's actually going to make something happen. He's cutting into the box now, and he's been brought down, but it's going to be offside. It's going to be offside. Rob saying Bamford is the pivot for all our younger players nipping around him. Yeah, exactly. When was the last time Bamford was in form? He's just been injured for over a year. More than a year he's been injured for, and he's only just coming back. Bamford is that sort of pendulum that makes that all of those younger, attacking, exciting players can play off him and play around him, like Gnonto. Bamford will play him in down the sides and give him the ball in those opportunities, and then Harrison will attempt to play to Bamford's feet. Bamford will drop it off, and that's when it's a trigger for them to all go and make runs into the box. And I think Bamford's excellent at that. It's just that he's been injured for so long that he's just going to be a bit rusty at first when he's coming back. David Naylor, the offbeat millennial, saying, hi, Max, hope you're well. Loving your vids. Really enjoyed the Marsh analysis. Watching this after another huge chance. The system looks okay. One mistake from Pascal, the difference. Yeah, welcome, David. Yeah, like I said before, that the difference in this game so far has just been the fact that Keylor Navas is an excellent goalkeeper, and Strauch should have made better contact with the header and didn't, and we've gone and conceded a goal from it. I don't think it's particularly as much of a back post problem, that one, really. It's Strauch's header should not have gone straight to a Forest player who did an excellent volley in. Corner now for Leeds, flicked on, goes to the back post where Sinistera is waiting on the opposite side of the pitch. Harrison now tries to put a ball into the box. It's gone over everyone, but Ayling heads it back across. Keylor Navas again with an excellent save. Yeah, Navas is unreal. I think he's got a little whack there. Let's hope he's injured, so he might actually be able to get the ball in the back of the bloody net. Harrison spreads the ball out wide to Nonto here. Oh, the referee's now going to bloody call a whistle just as Leeds are on the attack, is he? Ooh, let's try and stay calm. David saying that maybe you could argue Pascal is possibly low on confidence, like Brendan needs a break after a few hours. Not having a solid alternative left-back makes it harder to rest him, and that's exactly the problem. We don't have anybody else. We don't have anybody else really that can play there unless you put Verba in the left back spot, then Cooper in the left centre back spot. But Cox injured for the not injured. Cox suspended for this game, so we can't put him in the right centre back slot. Whereas you probably could rest Strauch if you had Robin Koch fit as well. So in this game specifically, we're not going to be able to rest Strauch really, other than putting Firpo on, and I just don't trust Firpo in a Premier League game anymore. Rob saying concussion check, good game, see you mate. Well, yeah, hopefully they do the right thing and take him off just in case of a concussion. Yeah. Jack saying it's a joke that was stopped the game for this. Look at the Leeds players with bloody blankets on their legs. Ruta, Somerville and McKennie have all got big Leeds United blankets on their legs. Must be cold in Nottingham today. Jake saying Leeds are playing again, 1 second. Yeah, Jake saying that you would say that Cooper's time has come to an end. There's too much inconsistency there since we came to the Prem from him. Big character, but the ability isn't at the same level. Yeah, he has it sometimes. Sometimes he has an excellent game and you think we look better with him, but then other times you look at him and you think, what is that mistake that he's just made? So it's really disappointing to not have him consistent. But like Rob said, Cooper is only on the pitch because Koch is suspended after getting too many yellow cards in a row. Well, not in a row, in this half of the season. So it wouldn't usually be Cooper. I think he is sort of slowly being phased out. Somerville, he scores in clutches, second half coming. Yeah, he could do. Phil Bailey saying, when McKennie comes on, who do you take off, Harrison or Rocker? I think you play McKennie as part of that, almost like a withdrawn attacking midfielder. So he would, for me, I think it would be for the central attacking midfielder. So potentially Harrison. And really what you would do then is just play him in front of the 2 6s, in front of Rocker and Adams, as like a number 8 box-to-box midfielder who will get forward and get back as well, and make those runs into the box from midfield. So I think McKennie comes on alongside the rest of our midfield, unless we leave Adams as a lone holding midfielder and put McKennie ahead of him with Harrison. But Nonto in the box. Nonto shoots. Another save. Another save from Keylor Navas. He can't be that concussed, can he? Bloody hell. Keylor Navas is on fire. Michael saying he fears for Jesse if Leeds lose today, as some Leeds content creators will lay into him even more, naming no names, with 2 back-to-back games against Manchester United. I don't think they sack him this soon, to be honest. I think he gets till the end of the Southampton game, which is, I think, after the Everton game. We've got Scum home and away, then Everton, then Southampton. I think after the Southampton game is when they might make a decision, if we're still sinking like a stone. Rob saying Rocker will come off. Jesse doesn't think he's got a full 90 minutes in him. Yeah, there's potential for that, especially, like I said, if Adams plays as a holding midfielder and McKennie plays in front of him with Harrison as like more of an attacking formation, which it could come to that a bit later on in the game. Michael Balanoff saying the previous commenter was correct. This is the US national team versus Costa Rica all over again. Yeah, Keylor Navas is an unbelievable goalkeeper, isn't he? And he just keeps teams in games. And he's an excellent goalkeeper, isn't he? So I think we're going to struggle to get the ball past him today. We've had chances to, but I just think we might struggle. Cooper's actually down here injured. I think it was the way he landed on his knee with a tackle with Chris Wood. They both went up for a header, and Cooper sort of rolled off the back of Chris Wood there and landed a bit funny. So I don't know whether it's back, knee, or anything. It looks like it might be lower back actually that's hurting. Michelle's saying, how have we not scored yet? So many opportunities. And it's the answer to that question is Keylor Navas. He's just so good that he's kept them in the game here. We've had some good chances, but he's been unbelievable at stopping them. Chris Wood trying to get the ball, and Mellier's come way out of his goal here. And now Wood is coming into the box, gives it to the edge of the box to Mangala. Mangala trying to go past players, but Leeds are doing well to try and cut that out, but I don't know what Meslier was doing there. Loddy into the box. Verber away. Rocker's not able to hang on to it, and Freuler's got it back. Mangala puts the ball down the line, and Tyler Adams is able to clear. Bamford tries to keep it this time, and this time Rocker plays it out, but only to Danilo. Leeds are under a lot of pressure here. It's gone right back to Bolly and right back to Navas, though, and Leeds are going to try and use this opportunity to get up the pitch a little bit. Cooper wins the header well. Nonto into Harrison's feet, and Harrison's brought down here, but it's not been given as a foul from Bolly. Bolly plays the ball into Wood's feet. Wood gives it back to the defence, and now Danilo has it and tries to play it inside. But Straucher's able to clean it up and give it to Meslier, and I can finally take a breath, I think. Sinistera's done really well. Plays the ball into Bamford. Bamford's touch just takes it all the way through to Keylor Navas in the end. 3 minutes added on, by the way, at the end of this first half. Bamford does look rusty. Sinistera does really well and picks out a good pass to Bamford, but Bamford's touch, to be fair, it comes off Bolly's heel and then goes to Bamford, so Bamford wasn't expecting the trajectory to be like that. If you actually see the replay, it came off the foot of Willy Bolly. Strout tries to keep the ball in here, up towards Bamford. Bamford tries to flick it on, and it's cleared, but only as back into the Forest box, and Bolly's able to clear it. But Leeds have got a throw in here. They've got about a minute to go in this first half. Willie Nonto with the ball now. Gives it right across the pitch to Cooper. Cooper back into Verber. Leeds looking to open up Forest just before half-time. Into Harrison's feet. Harrison into Rocker. Rocker tries to put it in the box towards Bamford, and yet again, Keylor Navas is there. And we'll keep saying it, Keylor Navas is there again. Got 15 seconds left of the additional time in this first half. 10 seconds now, and Keylor Navas is... Goalkeepers are supposed to only keep the ball for 6 seconds, right? Keylor Navas has had it for 20 seconds now, and the referees just don't do anything. He was waiting for half-time. He was waiting for half time. Yeah, I don't know what Meslier was doing. I think March has asked him to be more of a sweeper keeper when players try and play the ball over the top of us, but that time he was way off it and he just completely missed. He just completely missed what he was doing. Keenan saying, please bench Bamford. Well, for who? Because you can bring on Rutter, but really... Yeah, you could bring on Rutter, but I don't know if Rutter might be better off the right-hand side or whether it's too much pressure to put him on, to put him straight up top, hoping that he's going to win the game. But yeah, like K-Bone saying, we've got a Navas problem today. He's too good. he just keeps saving absolutely everything, and it's so frustrating and disappointing when you've got opportunities and you don't take them because their goalkeeper's playing so well. Granted, Sinistera should have scored his chance early on. He really should have done, but he just didn't. He just didn't put it away, and so that's so disappointing. That shot stop versus Nonto as well. Wow, yeah, it's frustrating. We've had some really good chances. Ayling's one as well. Harrison may well come off, but I think it's more likely that it's going to be, like Rob was saying in the chat before, that it might be Rocker off, McKennie on in more of an advanced role, which will allow Leeds to try and play a little bit more attacking. Rob saying echoes of Everton last year, great goal against a run of play and a keeper having a worldie. Yeah, sometimes things just don't fall for you, but when you start to realise that things aren't falling for you every week, it starts to be a little bit more concerning. Keenan, I don't know why you've got this thing that Bamford's not fast. Bamford is pretty quick. Like, he's measured one of the fastest times of any of our players in the Premier League. Like, his sprints, he's actually quick. He just doesn't look it. He takes big strides. And when he gets going, he's pretty quick. Think about the goal against Leicester, the goal against, as in the first season, where he just smashed it past, what's his face, Kasper Schmeichel, and the goal against Chelsea where he took it around Mendy and just put it in the bottom corner into an open net. He was just free, clear because of his pace to get in behind. Rob's asking Keenan if Bamford stole his girlfriend. I think as well, Bamford is such a confidence player that the more you bring him off in games, the worse he is the next time he plays. You kind of need to let him play out of the bad form. And really, we don't have that much of another option. We could bring on Jorginho Rutter, but I don't know if he'd be better coming off the right. I don't know whether it's going to kill Bamford's confidence, and we kind of need Bamford for the rest of the season. Wild Stallion saying Navas is the reason why Costa Rica qualified for the World Cup. Yeah, another person saying that US fans are far too familiar with him. Yeah, he's unbelievable, and I've watched him in the Champions League for years. He's always just pulled off absolute worldie saves and been an excellent goalkeeper. So, like I said before, it's a real coup that they managed to get him on loan till the end of the season, and especially because if they're in a relegation battle, a goalkeeper like that can be absolutely massive, as we've already seen today. He could be absolutely massive for them because he's keeping us out of their net, and that's the best thing that a goalkeeper can do. Yeah, I'm just thinking what else really that we can do in this game. I mean, set pieces could be used to our advantage, but Keylor Navas is good at coming out for set pieces. I think what Sinistera nearly scored was one of our best chances to score in this game, and I talked about it in the tactics video, is about the stinger cross, where you're able to play the ball across the face of goal behind the centre-backs and in front of the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper doesn't know whether to come and the defenders don't know whether to spin, and you create havoc at the back. And that's what really happened when Sinisterra nearly scored that goal that he did. I'm just going to listen to what the pundits have to say, although it is... they're talking about the fact that I hadn't seen this. It's offside. The goal that they scored, when the long ball was played forward to Brennan Johnson, he was offside. And then apparently Strauch's tackle on him is a yellow card when it's not. Yeah, it's a poor goal to concede, but it should never have been a free kick in the first place because he was offside. David saying, according to FOTMob, live XG is Forest 0.1, Leeds 0.58. Thought ours might be higher. Yeah, well, that Sinisterra one would have been quite a big opportunity, but David saying it's so frustrating. Do you think we should have played McKennie in from the start? I missed the beginning of the watch along. Maybe. If we'd have played Aronson, then I would have said yes, definitely. But I think Harrison's pretty good in that role. But I do think McKennie needs to come on at some point to add that third man runs into the box and the strength and power that he's got. But I think him and Ruta, I think Ruta's the more important one that we really need to get on in this game. I think Ruta changes the game if he comes on. Whether that be up front or off the right-hand side, I think he gives us an opportunity to get those great crosses into the box like I was talking about, those front post crosses along the ground. And I think he also adds a little bit of being able to play on both feet, cutting in. I think Ruta needs to come on in this game. I don't know if it'll be at half-time. I don't know. But, it's up in the air at the moment because Marsh sometimes doesn't really make substitutions at half-time, does he? So Ninja Dan saying, I don't understand why McKennie doesn't start. If we lose this game, Leeds will be relegated from the PL. That's a bit dramatic because once this game's over, we've still got a game in hand on everyone around us. So there's a chance that we win that game in hand and then we look a lot better. Rob saying Ayling was at fault for our goal. He was, well, that's the thing. It's never particularly just one player's fault, is it? I think first of all, it was an offside when the ball came over from the back towards Brennan Johnson before Strauch brought him down. Then Strauch brought him down, which is obviously a free kick, which led to then Strauch, his header wasn't good enough. He didn't make a good enough contact. And then Ayling should have been close to his player. It's like a litany of errors where it needs to be looked at from start to finish, that move and why that went wrong. But yeah, we shouldn't be conceding like that. So it's disappointing. But it's happened now, and we just need to think about whether we could get back into this game, or whether that means bringing on our substitutions like Ruta and McKennie, which I think could be the two that I would bring on. But it wouldn't surprise me if instead Jesse brought on Somerville and somebody like that. It would not surprise me, but I would like to see Ruta come on. Michael saying Leeds struggle against teams playing low blocks, whereas teams that come at Leeds, where Leeds might do well, those Manchester United matchup might strangely suit Leeds. Yeah, and this is what I talked about in my video where I was explaining all the tactics, Jesse Marsh's entire philosophy. So if you haven't seen that one, check it out after the stream. But I talked about how the fact that when we play against the better teams, we do tend to do better because they're not cocky, but they have the sort of confidence that they think that they're going to be able to play through us, but they can't play through us because we absolutely pack that midfield. So when we win the ball back in the press, that's when we get the most opportunities, and that means that the top teams give us the most opportunities to actually go and score. And so yeah, I think we could do well in the games against Scum, but in this game we are struggling a little bit against the low block. But I think that's a little bit of a perpetuated myth, I think, that we struggle too much against a low block, because if you actually look at the chances that we've created, we've had 4 chances where the goalkeeper's pulled off a really good save, and one where Sinisterra definitely should have had it in the back of the net. We aren't really struggling against a low block, to be honest. We aren't really. We're creating the chances, just we don't put them away. But maybe bringing on Rutter and McKennie could help that. Michael Balanoff, that is, saying, love to see Rutter and Bamford up top together. McKennie can play central on the right if you wanted to keep Rocker and Adams as the 2 CDMs. Yeah, me personally, I would probably have McKennie come on a bit advanced of those 2 centre defensive midfielders as a number 8, and then I would have Rutter off the right, which kind of is playing alongside Patrick Bamford, but in one of those advanced attacking midfield roles, which I think he'd be really good at, which is where he came on against Accrington. Andrew is saying that the left back problem is still not solved yet. In the summer, we have to buy a left back and a right centre back. We have to. It's non-negotiable now. He'll bring on Greenwood for Rocker. Chabsy's saying, yeah, potentially, but I think maybe McKennie is now that opportunity to bring on a player like that, and that makes Greenwood go slightly down the pecking order a little bit. Soren Jorgensen is saying that Pascal is not the solution. We need a solid left back. Yeah, we do. We need an out-and-out left back, like I said. And in the summer, we have to get a left back and a centre back, a right centre back. Michael Lazarou, that is, saying, don't need... What's he saying? Don't need Rocker in this game. Get Rutter or McKennie on. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Phil Bailey saying, you said you thought Jesse would get to the next 5 games to save his job. How many points do you think will keep him at Leeds? I think we'll only go if we get less than 5 points. Yeah, I think we get 6 points from the next 5 games, including this one, and then up to the end of the Southampton game. But is that enough? Does that get us out anywhere near getting out of danger? I don't know if it does, but I think that's realistically what we get, and I think maybe he keeps his job if we get 6 points out of 5 games. But still, that doesn't sound great, does it? It sounds worrying. Rob saying that he thinks the subs will be McKennie for Rocker, Rutter for Cine, Harrison, Somerville and Strout. Yeah, for Firpo, maybe. But I don't know if I can see him making that many substitutions that quickly. Jake saying he needs to see McKennie in this half. Let's see what he's got. And the synergy he may have with Adams. Yeah, definitely. I think the fact that they've already got that relationship, they've known each other since they were 14, is really positive, and they know how each other plays. So I think that could be really good for us. It'd be nice to see... Hold on, where am I? It'll be nice to see Adams and McKennie together in midfield. Yeah. And then K-Bon's also saying he was hoping for 7 points in these 5 games. Michael saying, I didn't realise that Jack Harrison was that close to leaving Leeds as Leicester on the final day of the window. I'm glad Leeds got cold feet and pulled the plug. Jesse wanted to keep Harrison. Orta wanted to keep Harrison. I think it may have been a miscommunication between Radrazani and the 49ers, which Marsh was sort of cut out of the conversation of. And it was just that they shouldn't have done this, but they did. And then at the last minute, they just got, like you say, got cold feet and pulled the plug. I think Harrison's somebody that we definitely should have just kept. And I think we go back a step. If we add these new excellent players and then sell somebody, it's like, well, no, because you're not adding to the depth then, are you? The Everton win surprised me, but not so much. Dyche will get a bounce surge, but it won't last. Yeah, that's true. Is Harrison worth 35 million? They renewed him. I think he's worth 30 million. I think that's an option. Hold on, let me get me substitutions sorted out. Looks like Aurier's coming on. Aurier's coming on and Colback's coming on. Well, let's see who they're coming on for. Yeah, just trying to find out who's actually coming off here. So I can actually sort it out on the thing so you can see it. So a right back and a holding midfielder are coming on for Forest, so you can kind of tell what that says about what they're going to do in the second half. They're going to sit back and try and defend this lead. But once you've made these substitutions, you can't really sort that out again if you need to go attacking again. So hopefully Leeds score and they're still in a sort of defensive mode. But let's see who's coming off. Mangala and Danilo, yeah. Mangala and Danilo. There we go. There we go, sorted. At least you can see now who's come off. Yeah, Danilo off. They are smart. Yeah, exactly. They realised that he's not had a great first half, and he's a little bit worrying for them. But we are underway again here, as you can see at the top. My thing's a few seconds behind. There we go. Perfect. Lined it up now. Tyler Adams now with the ball on the touchline, gets it back again. Tyler Adams plays the ball all the way back to Maximilian Verba and gives it into Strauch. Strauch plays it out wide to Nonto, but Nonto's been nipped in front of by Aurier, but it's going to be a Leeds. Second half goals, most conceded this season, Nottingham Forest, the most in the league, 21 second half goals conceded. That is good news for Leeds and positive for Leeds, because if we can go out and get some goals, we've got a great chance of winning this game. I sound like Michael Owen there. If we score more goals than them, generally we do win. I need some substitutions for Leeds. I do need some substitution for Leeds. Michelle Lee saying that Harrison's like Marmite, you either love him or hate him. My dad hates him, but I love him. Yeah, he's frustrating with him not being consistent, but when he's confident, he's really good. Yeah, I don't think there's too much of an argument against Harrison, to be honest, because he scores like 10 goals. Well, not last season, but not this season, sorry. But last season he scored 10 goals. The season before he scored 10 goals. You pay a decent bit of money for a striker that can get you 10 goals in the Premier League. And to have a winger that can do that and provide assists as well, I think people don't value Harrison as highly as they should in this Leeds team. I think he's excellent. And although, like you say, he's not always consistent, over the course of a season, he does pretty well for Leeds. And I think we'd be worse without him. Brennan Johnson now with the ball, tries to cross it into the box. Morgan Gibbs-White's free header, because a Leeds player fell over in front of him, is able to be just easily caught by Meslier. I don't think we need a massive overhaul. I think we just definitely need a right centre-back and a left-back, and our defence looks so much stronger then, especially with now Verba coming in. I really like Verba. And he's only 24 as well, so he's got a lot of years in the tank. Strauch now trying to clear the ball. Rocker trying to play the ball forward into Nonto. Nonto using his pace to get past Serge Aurier. Serge Aurier is definitely going to foul him here, and has done. I could have told you that a mile off. In fact, I did. I knew he was going to do that, because it's just Serge Aurier in a nutshell. Nonto just gets past him, is too quick for him, and then Aurier just can't help himself but have that little nibble at the back of his feet, and he's brought him down there. Leeds have got a free kick then, near the corner flag, in between the Forest box and the touchline, if you can sort of imagine that, if you can't see it. Jaggy Bab saying Harrison does far more damage to the team than he contributes. I can't even understand why you're saying that, because he scores like 10 goals a season. Aurier been doing that all game, been getting away with it. Aurier's only just come on the pitch, K-Bone, at half-time, so he's been doing it for 3 minutes. Ball into the box then from this free kick from Leeds. Header, and then Sinisterra's header is caught by Keylor Navas, who now tries to send it long to Nico Williams, I think it is. Why has Nico Williams got the 7 shirt? That's so confusing. He's a left back. Cooper now with the ball. Max Verber. Sometimes I just wonder why Jesse never wants to make substitutions at half time. He's probably told them the substitutions. He's probably told them the substitutions he's going to make, so they're prepared for it. But I just don't get why they don't make it at half time. Jack saying that Nonto needs to stop diving. When did he dive? When Aurier brought him down then? Because it wasn't a dive. When you're running that fast and somebody clips your ankle, your foot just hits the back of your other leg and you just fall. There's just no way that you can not fall over. Afternoon, Kelvin. JM lives. Jesse Marsh leaves it a bit too late with the subs. Yeah, I think... Loddy tries to have a shot there. It's nearly brought down by Chris Wood. Yeah, I think he does leave it too late. I think he just never makes substitutes at half time and should do. Nice ball from Adams into Sinistera. Sinistera trying to keep the ball against Colback. He's doing well here. He's managed to... Colback got a foot in and it's gone to a Forest player in Chris Wood, and now the ball's out to Nico Williams, and he's played a slip-through ball down the line to Morgan Gibbs-White, but it's going to be offside. Michael saying, if Jesse does go, do you think Leeds already have a replacement on the horizon? Victor Orta has his list of players for each position that he thinks are good enough to sign and that he would like to sign, which he then ranks by how much he would like to sign them, how good they would be, etc. He's definitely got a list of managers as well of who's available, who could do what job, because even when Bielsa was on his way out, well, not even on his way out, because Bielsa was working on a year-to-year contract, Jesse Marsh had already been spoken to by Victor Orta and said, like, when he goes, we want you to be his successor. So I think that Victor Orta probably will have already spoken to, or at least identified, other coaches that he would like to bring in should Jesse Marsh need to be sacked. But I do think that they'll have some idea of who they want to bring in should Jesse Marsh be sacked. But I don't think it's until after this next 5 games, including this one. George Maris saying Rooter for Bamford in a few minutes. Yeah, I think so. Or for maybe for Bamford. It's probably a good idea. Ball into the box there from Leeds, and it just wasn't good enough. But Morgan Gibbs-White's battling away against Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams does really well to get in front of him there. Now Rocker and Morgan Gibbs-White are going to have a little scrappy head-to-head here. Michael's saying if a new coach does come in, it could take time for the system and the team to adapt to the system. Yeah, it could, and that ties into what Kelvin's saying as well, that he would have had Sean Dyche, but then it doesn't necessarily just work that, does it? Because Leeds have not played a solid defensive system for years. We haven't had a manager that's wanted to play like that for absolutely years. So if we just suddenly did it now, I think with the period of getting used to that would be horrendous, and we wouldn't just be able to do that quickly. Yes, but Forrester in here. Forrester in behind. Ayling's doing well here. He's not doing well, and Nico Williams chips it over the bar. It didn't take time for Dyche to get Evanson to work, but they already had about 10 Brexit means Brexit footballers, didn't they? They already had a load of Burnley-style players. They got Michael Keane, they've got Connor Cody, James Tarkowski. That is not going to take long to get those players playing like that. James Tarkowski already knows how to play that way anyway from playing at Burnley. They've got Dwight McNeil, who played for Burnley. They've got a lot of players that would make it easy to adapt to a system like that. Alex Olijar, got to think we see McKennie, Aronson, Rutter soon. Probably take off Bamford, Harrison, and Rocker. Yeah, agreed. I think those substitutions need to be made. McKennie is getting warmed up. Let us just make sure that we sort that out. Away subs off and home. Away subs on. Yeah, I'm just making sure that's the right one. McKennie's about to come on for his debut, but at the moment, Leeds are battling with Tyler Adams and against Nico Williams. They'll have played each other as well, actually, won't they, at the World Cup? Did Tyler Adams just get a yellow card? Or did Nico Williams? Pretty sure it would have been Nico Williams, actually. How is Adams isn't captain already? He's beyond me. He's always the one getting involved in scuffles. I mean, I don't know if that is the criteria to be a Premier League captain, but yeah, him or Verber as well, to be fair, looks like a captain material. I would like to see Verber maybe in the captain's role in a year or two, or Adams. Adams and Verber, whichever way around, one of them captain, one of them vice captain, I'd be happy with that. Strout now against Serge Aurier. I think it's gone out for a Forest goal kick there. Looks like the substitutions are about to be made. I don't know who's coming off, but I know who's coming on for his debut, Weston McKennie. Oh, McKennie and Somerville, it looks like it's going to be. I would have brought Rutter on because Rutter's fit at least. Sinistera's just... Somerville has just been out. We've got so many attackers now, I get confused between them. Somerville has been injured for a month. So it's going to be McKennie and Somerville for Sinistera and Rocker. There we go. Perfect. You can see who's on and who's off the pitch now. Nice little through ball here to Nonto. Nonto trying to take on his man and come into the box. Nonto brings it back, though, to Pascal Strout. Pascal Strout, though, trying to get the ball into the box, curls it towards the back post, and it's just gone over everyone. Fed up, back of the net saying, fed up, TV off, just can't be bothered with this at the moment. JM is a year in charge now, and it's clearly not working. Yeah, we need to do something. You can see what they're trying to do, and at least there's some idea there. But we had a lot of chances in the first half. We haven't really made anything yet in the first sort of 12 minutes of this half. Keenan saying he gladly takes a draw, but then where do we get our next points from if not this one? I know it's away, and they've been pretty good here, but we need to start picking up some points. We really do. Ball clipped down the touchline then into Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson tries to get it into the box and Meslier is able to collect it and pick it up there. Alex Olijar saying the good thing about Nonto and Somerville is that they're so direct. Part of our issues is often Harrison and Aronson don't move directly forward as much as Marsh wants. Yeah, they are both very direct players, and they will just get the ball and run and try and create something out of nothing. So at least there's something there. And then when they link up, they do play well together. McKennie with the ball into Ayling. Ayling's just nearly taken it off the pitch and then lost it to a player. That is not a free kick. Somerville's just tapped the back of Nico Williams there, and he's jumped on the floor. This game, Kelvin saying that this game is a must for at least a point as teams around us are picking up points. Yeah, but really we needed a win from this. It would have just made us feel so much more comfortable. But I think by next weekend we're in the relegation zone. Nonto now with the ball, passes it out wide. Ball into the box from Harrison, drops to the edge, but McKennie nearly drops to McKennie in the box there. Ball clipped forward here. but it's a free kick to Forest on the halfway line. Michelle saying, how have we had 80% of possession and we're on the losing end? Yeah, but the thing is that it does, like, some teams let you have possession, and what Forest are letting us have possession here. So they're not bothered really particularly about the possession. They're bothered about the scoreline, and the fact that they're able to give us the ball and then go and counter-attack and score, or at least they have scored one, is exactly what they'll be planning to do from now on. And so they won't be bothered about that possession stat so long as they're in the lead. Leeds are trying to break out here, but it's won well by Forest. Michael saying, with the McKennie loan deal, is the agreement to buy him if Leeds stay up, meaning that no other club can hijack the deal? Yeah, it's an obligation to buy him if Leeds stay in the Premier League. If we get relegated, we don't have to, but if we stay up, we have to buy him for 33 million euros. Strout clears the ball, but only for a Forest throw-in, not far away from where he actually kicked it. Rob Bailey saying, I think we should have signed Suter. He played the World Cup and showed that he would suit our system. But did you not see what he did for? Who did he sign for? Who did Suter sign for? I can't remember who signed him. Was it Leicester or somebody like that? I can't remember. Let's have a look at the Premier League. He scored an own goal on his debut. So it wasn't a fantastic start from him. I can't remember who he signed for. Oof. Cooper just get a little glance on that there to stop that free kick going in the back of the net. But now Leeds have got a chance to break here with Tyler Adams playing the ball into Weston McKennie, but Weston McKennie's been tackled by Aurier, and Colback now has the ball. Gives it all the way back to Keylor Navas. Keylor Navas plays it out here. Renan Lodi sends it long, but only what looks like for a Leeds throw-in on the halfway line. Leeds really need to start getting forward now and trying to get a goal here if we're going to have any chance of winning this game. I want to see Rutter as well in this game. I really do. We've got 5 substitutes now, so I want to see Rutter come on. Harrison tries to play a ball into the box and just this goes to a Forest player, but Leeds have now won a throw-in in a pretty decent position. So in the second half, we've only had one shot on target and one touch in the opposition box. Willie Nonto with the ball. Little flick from Harrison into Nonto. Nonto's still got the ball. Done really well against Aurier to hold the ball. Gives the ball back into Pascal Struijk, who slips in. Somerville, but only into the same position Nonto was in before. Looks like Colback's got his hands all over the back of Somerville, but he's managed to keep the ball. Leeds are just sort of playing themselves into corners where they're not going to be able to get out of it. Try and switch the play. Try and do something else to get out of this little... Somerville now with a chance on the edge of the box. Bamford shoots. It's blocked by a Forest defender, and Forest are able to clear. Max Verber now with the ball. Gives it back to Meslier after that long clearance. Meslier now finds Adams' feet. It does look as though Adams is playing a little bit more withdrawn as a holding midfielder, and McKennie's playing in front of him, almost as like one behind, one in front sort of thing. McKennie is a number 8 who can get forward a little bit more. Patrick Bamford now with the ball into McKennie. McKennie tries to play it into... I think that was Harrison, but McKennie wins it back. Nonto with a touch there and just hasn't managed to keep the ball in. This is getting frustrating. Really frustrating. And the whole season, not just this game. 64th minute now, or 65th minute as it is, but Leeds really need to Leeds really need to get a goal here. It's getting more and more desperate that we need to start getting points on the board, and if we don't get a goal here soon, then we look like we're struggling again. Another game, what could have been. Is Forest home ground in London? There appears to be a red double-decker bus parked on the pitch. Yes, it does seem like that at the moment, but I mean, can you blame them really? In the Premier League, it's getting them results. I mean, pretty much every other team in our half of the table, when they get ahead, they just sit back and they... when any other team gets ahead, they just sit back and they defend the lead, and it works because teams like Forest are doing better than we are, and we've got probably one of the best squads in the bottom half of the table. So the fact that we are where we are is maybe due to the fact that when we do go ahead, we don't hold on to a lead. But in this game, we've not even gone ahead. We just concede early and then don't even give ourselves a chance to. Pascal Strauch's just made another foul. It looks like they might be... shut up. Some woman stood behind the referee going, off, 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 off. Shut up. Yeah, Strauch's first one wasn't a booking, so maybe if there's one now that should be a booking, don't give him it, because it was not a foul, the first one. Well, it was a foul, but it wasn't a yellow card. They just sort of ran into each other. Jorginho Rutter is getting warmed up. Away substitutes. Looks like Jorginho Rutter and Junior Firpo are coming on at the next interval. Strauch now plays a ball down the line and it just goes straight out, which I think sums up his day, and it means that he's going to now come off. And Bamford is the other one who comes off. There we go. Rutter's coming straight up front, and you can see now all the all the substitutes on that side. All the Leeds fans clapping Bamford off. McKennie with a little bit of interplay with Luke Ayling. McKennie's ball forward though is cut out by a Forest play, but McKennie wins it back really well. Oh, ball nearly down the line to Ayling, but Leeds have got the throw in and they're going to try and play it quickly. Go on, Ayling, take the throw in into Rutter's feet. Rutter's got a man with his hands all over the back of him, but Rutter's gone. No. How can they give a free kick against Rutter there? The first player had his hands all over Rutter's back. Rutter couldn't turn. As soon as Rutter turned and grabbed a tiny bit of the opposition player, he fell over and it's a free kick to Forest. It's ridiculous. That should have been a free kick on the edge of the box for Leeds there. Long ball though forward from Keylor Navas, and Somerville picks it up and gives it into Tyler Adams' feet. Jack Harrison trying to break now. He's going to look to spread the ball out to Gnonto on the left-hand side. Gnonto across the box. The ball's in the box, bobbling around. Somerville and Firpo takes it off him, and it just bobbles away and is cleared. But Leeds have the ball back again. Max Verber now charging into the opposition half. Willie Gnonto is nearly going to be able to get to his... it's going to be a goal kick when it should have been a corner. I hate this referee. Robert Jones, he's called. I think. He's terrible. That's what I can tell you. Ball in the midfield then, won by Chris Wood, but then back by Tyler Adams. Then the ball's been chipped over Brennan Johnson and out for a throw-in with Junior Firpo. Junior Firpo throws it in then to Max Verber. This ref did Brentford Leeds 5-2. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about the traumatic experience that was watching that game. But yeah, I don't particularly like this referee at all. Leeds have brought on, 4 substitutions now, so we've still got another one left if we want to, but we've brought on 4 substitutions, so it should start to make a difference. Tyler Adams and McKennie with a little bit of interplay there. Ball into Somerville, out wide to Ayling. Ayling's going to try and put the ball in the box here, and it's gonna be cleared by Bolly, but straight back to Leeds for a throw-in. Down the line for Ayling. Ayling tries to play it through to Somerville. Somerville still with the ball, but not much of an option around him. Somerville still with the ball. Does really well. Gets the ball into the box here. The ball's bobbling around for Ruta. Oh, and Forest are able to somehow come out of that with the ball. Leeds have won it back, though. Leeds are sustaining a little bit of pressure here. This is a lot better from Leeds now. Max Verber with the ball. Gives it out to Junior Firpo. Firpo comes inside and gives it back to Verber. Ball into the middle now. McKennie's got it. Gives it into Harrison. Harrison tries to play it down the line for Nonto, but Forest are able to tackle and clear. And then McKennie, I think, is going to be... No, it's not going to be a foul. Forest are allowed to play on. But Nonto's now won the ball back off Forest. Nonto tries to run into the box, but it's a good tackle from Jack Colback. Come on, Leeds. Aurier tries to play a ball forward, but it's cut out by Liam Cooper. Picked up by Tyler Adams, given into Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie down the line now. Jack Harrison looks to bring the ball into the final third here and cross it in, but Willie Bolly is able to head it away, and it's going to be a throw in to Leeds here. This is a lot better from Leeds. This is a lot better. David Naylor saying we're not getting the look. Yeah, we are not getting the look at all. It's just bobbling around in the box, and it never seems to drop to a Leeds player. But Chris Wood is now going to come off. I forgot I had my bloody... Chris Wood off. Surridge on. This is easier than I thought it was going to be, sorting out all these substitute things on the side, but I kind of didn't think about the fact that there's 5 subs in Premier League games now for each team, so there's just bloody substitutes everywhere. But at least it should help people see who's actually on the pitch and who's not. I don't know what happened there. I wasn't watching, but they've just started pushing Gnonto. Now they're all pushing McKennie. I don't know what happened there. Oh, somebody kicked the ball away, I think. I don't know what happened there, but I think somebody kicked the ball away and then it ended up with a little bit of a fracas. Rob saying that Jesse Marsh's love child is going on for Forest. He does have a bit of that look, doesn't he, Sam Surridge? I think he's called Sam. It's between who here, Gnonto and somebody else. And I think somebody kicked the ball away and it ended with a bit of pushing and shoving and handbags between all the players. But it's going to be a Junior Firpo throw in here. Harrison picks up the ball, gives it back to Firpo. Firpo tries to play it down the line. There's not really much room to play in here. Nonto's going to take this throw in, but he gives it to Firpo. Firpo puts it in. McKennie's got it now. Into Harrison. Harrison inside to Gnonto. Gnonto's been tackled here, but still managed to retain possession, and Tyler Adams had to go back to Verber and then to Cooper. Into McKennie, back to Verber. Leeds just need to get one of these chances to actually fall in the box to a Leeds player and put them away, and we're back in this game. We've got the beating of Forest on our day. Like they've not impressed me particularly. They've got ahead and they've just tried to defend. Ayling's made a run there and gambled on it and the ball's not gone to him, and now Forest are going to be in here. Although Meslier does his sweeper-keeper role properly and gets the ball, but it was offside anyway. Max Verber with the ball gives it out wide to Weston McKennie. Junior Firpo's playing quite high now. Max Verber with the ball now then. Gives it into Cooper's feet. Verber with the ball into Harrison. Harrison tries to play a nice ball down the line to Junior Firpo, and Junior Firpo's tackle on Willy Bolly, and Willy Bolly tries to send it out for a throw-in and hits the corner flag, and it's going to be a Leeds corner. Come on, Leeds. Let's hope we score from this corner, and then we're right back in things. We've got Cooper, Verber and McKennie in the box here for this header. We have got a chance of getting on the end of it. It's just whether the delivery is good enough, and it never really seems to be that way. Ball into the box then. Oh, it's bobbling around again, and it's cleared by Forest, but Somerville is able to get the ball. Somerville has had to go all the way back to Meslier. I wonder why we aren't using for Verber for long throws. Again, I think it's just because he's playing centre-back, and if he was going to take those long throws, he'd have to make a big recovery run back into his own defensive shape. If he was playing left-back, then you probably would expect him to be taking them, or even if he was playing in midfield. But ball into the box here with a little header, and Forest have to panic and clear it, but Leeds are doing better here. Luke Ayling with the ball. Ayling's going to try and look to get the ball in the box here. His little flick doesn't work, and now Forest are able to break. Ayling was silly there and too nonchalant, and now Cooper's stepped out and missed it. Sam Surridge tries to cut inside, and Max Verber brings him down, and Verber's going to get a yellow card for that. And I think Verber may have hurt his knee as well. He may have extended it a little bit too far there. Surridge just cuts inside past Verber there, and Verber brings him down. Verber's got a yellow card now, so he looks to me as if he's injured himself a little bit as well making that tackle, so let's hope that that's nothing too serious. But Leeds have got a free kick to defend now, pretty much the exact same free kick as they had to defend in the first half that we conceded the goal from, but from the opposite side and with a left footer instead of a right footer. Renan Lodi then to take this free kick, curls it into the box. Meslier is able to punch when perhaps should have caught it. The ball's gone to the back post. Surridge curls it over the bar again. Back post. He's just free. Just watch this replay. If you're watching it live, watch the replay of the shot that he just had then. Nobody is marking the person at the back post. Ayling's on the opposite side of the pitch. What? If Surridge was a better player, I mean, even I think Chris Wood probably would have buried that. But yes, K-Bone saying wide open, yikes, exactly. We were just left that open at the back post again, and it's the positioning of the fullbacks on set pieces and stuff that is what's letting us down. Ilian should have caught rather than punched the ball as well. Yeah, that, like I said, every time that we make a mistake, it's not just the mistake that is the direct result of the shot. It's the stuff that leads up to that. The fact that Meslier should have caught it, then Ayling's positioning should have been better. Like, it's not just one thing ever, is it really? Junior Firpo breaks beyond his player and gives it into Jorginho Ruta. Ruta plays it into Somerville. Somerville's going to try and cut it back into the box now. He's facing up against his man. He's going to try and get it in the box, but he's given offside. Looks potentially like there may be more substitutions about to be made as well. Yeah, Somerville was offside there. So annoying. 10 minutes to go then, and we're still 1-0 down. At this point, we take a draw from this game, but really, I wanted a win from this game, and we really needed one. Things just are not going our way at the moment. McKennie wins the... Oh, Tyler Adams, sorry, wins the header. They've got very similar haircuts, so sometimes it's hard to tell them apart. Do we still have a sub? Yes, we do. As you can see on that side there. We've got, what do you call it? We've made 4 subs and we've got 5, and we've... Ooh, ball's gone over everyone towards Keylor Navas there, and he's going to be able to pick it up. Yeah, we've got 5 subs, but I don't really know who else should be coming on. Aronson, but then I don't know. I don't think Aronson does anything better than what Harrison's doing. I think genuinely Aronson might be more of a hindrance than a help in this game. Ayling does well there to win the ball. McKennie does well as well. A little bit of interplay with Tyler Adams, but he's just... Luckily, Gibbs White ran the ball out of play there, and Leeds are able to get things under control again with the throw-in, but it's worrying this at the moment. Melier now, about to clear the ball. Nonto's won it, but Reuter's been brought down here in the centre circle, and Leeds are going to win a free kick. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscription button and whack that notification bell as well, because there'll be plenty more Leeds United content on the way, talking about the games, live streams, talking about transfers, tactical analysis. Everything you need to know about Leeds is on the channel, so hit that sub button if you haven't already, and also it allows you to comment in the live stream as we go. Richard saying we definitely need the win, we're going to get punished by scum this week. Yeah, but the thing is, it wouldn't surprise me with this team if we lose this game and then we go and beat Man United, either home or away, not both, but one of them we will beat Man United, I reckon, because that's just the way things are going at the moment, and things start to look a little bit better if we do that. How is that a free kick? How is that a free kick? Honestly, the officiating in this league is dreadful. Oh my God. Neither McKennie or Nonto touched Colback there, and he just dived on the floor. Sam Greenwood for Jack Harrison is the next substitution. Greenwood on for Jack Harrison. There we go. Now we have made all of our available substitutions. Loddy with the throw in then. Ayling wins the header. Tried to flick it on McKennie there, but nothing really came of it. Now Nonto tries to win the flick on. Kevin Goldfarb saying, how do all the Forest centre-backs get to have their hands all over the backs of our players with no fouls? Because Premier League officiating is absolutely dreadful. I genuinely think it's horrendous given the popularity and the standard of the league in terms of playing, in terms of players and playing staff. But the officiating, I think, is genuinely dreadful in this league. Like, it's just terrible. Good chip ball forward there for... oh, the referee giving another foul just because a Forest player fell over. I reckon that referee's got a big Forest tattoo on his arse cheek. A big Nottingham Forest badge. We've now made all of our substitutions, so there's not really much else we can do, and we've got 5 minutes of normal time. Nico Williams with the chance to get the ball in the box here, and he has done, and it's cleared by Firpo. McKennie then with a little bit of interplay with Ayling, and the ball's gone back to Nico Williams again. Tyler Adams this time wins it. Then Somerville wins it. Then Tyler Adams wins it. Tyler Adams tries to clear it, but can't get rid of it. And Forest just keep winning the ball back in this corner. Oh, Gibbs-White's done so well there. But Cooper's able to win the ball in the end, and it's gone out for a Forest throw-in. Four minutes to go then at the City Ground. Leeds currently trailing 1-0. We've had chances in this game, most of them coming in the first half, and because we didn't take them, we're now paying the price for the fact that we're going to have to just throw everything at it towards the end of the game. Michael's saying all the teams near the bottom are operating in a low block, sitting back, allowing opponents to come at them and hit them on the break. Maybe Leeds need to do the same. It might be the only way. We might have had this fantasy dream of being able to play attacking football in the bottom half of the league and survive, but the more it goes on, the more I start to think that maybe that we do need to play like that. But it's horrible. It's anti-football. It's boring. It's shit. It's slow. It's just not good. It's just not good to watch, and I don't want Leeds to become that. That's why I want a manager like Jesse to succeed so much, because he is at least trying to implement an attacking style of football. But at the moment, you can't say that it's working in the Premier League. Meslier now with the ball at his feet, gives it back to Cooper. I think I'm just going to avoid Jesse's post-match reaction and stuff, because he's just going to say that there are positives to take, that we had good moments in the game, that if we keep playing like this, we're going to win games. It's just going to be more of the same, really. But we are on the brink of losing again. We were actually unbeaten in 6 before this, including FA Cup games and including some Premier League games as well. Okay, yeah, you can feel, Michelle's saying that you can feel the frustration. Yeah, I think everybody is feeling the strain of this at the moment, that we just need to get some bloody points on the board. We just need to win some actual games of football. Bolly just sends it long and just hoofs it, and that's what I hate. The hoof ball. When the ball just drops to a defender, they'll just send it. I'm talking about Forest here, and playing that horrible negative sat back waiting to play on the break football. It's just not entertaining, and we've been treated so well by having Marcelo Bielsa as the manager and being able to see that attacking, entertaining, good football. But does it work in the bottom half of the Premier League? I don't know. Maybe we do have to compromise. Yeah, Rob saying 5 more likes, folks. Only 4 now and we'll get 100 likes. There's 107 people in the chat, so if only 4 of you like it, we'll get that up to 100 and I'll be happy. Nico Williams is now coming off. Oh, bloody hell. I've got to make more substitutions on here. Maybe this was a bad idea for me to... Oh, I've gone on the wrong bloody thing. Andre Ayew has come on. Brother of Jordan Ayew, who Leeds fans know is a bastard for Crystal Palace. First thing that happens when Andre Ayew comes on is that Ayling takes him down with a bit of a scissor challenge. This next week of commenting will be bloody. Leeds need a set piece specialist. Yeah, we don't really have one, do we, since Rafinha left? And anybody who can deliver that free kicks consistently. Free kick to Leeds there as Nonto gets wiped out. It's 4 added minutes here. I could potentially put that on the screen for you, actually. Right, there you go. Now the additional time is synced up as well. Yeah, we're not getting anything out of this game. Nonto's let that run there. He's able to try and get down the line and get it. The ball's actually come inside to McKennie, and Nonto's up quickly to win it back, and now Leeds have a free kick in a pretty good position here. 2.5 minutes left. 2.5 minutes left here. Michael asking if I'll be on the final word. It's called Joe's show. Probably be tomorrow night. And yes, I shall expect to be on that show as well. I don't know how positive I'll be. Normally it comes to me for a bit of positivity, but I don't know, really. Mellier's coming up for this corner. But yeah, I don't really know whether I could be too positive this week, because it's just disappointing. We just keep losing over and over again. Greenwood with the ball into the box and cleared here, but only as far as Wilfred Nonto. Now into Somerville. Somerville has a shot, flies over everyone, including the crossbar. Never going to go in from there, Somerville, was it, mate? How disappointing, again. JATX is saying, great stream, thanks for doing it. I like the graphics, keep up the good work. Unfortunately, we have to get results. We do have to get results. I'm glad you enjoyed this, well, as much as you can enjoy the stream. Maybe not the game, but the stream. But yeah, we really need to start getting some results, don't we? We really do. It's yet another missed opportunity. We've still got like 30 seconds left, but it's going to be 1-0 to Forest, and we're going to have lost again. Long ball forward. Ruta wins the header, but it goes straight back through everyone to Morgan Gibbs-White. But Cooper's able to pick it up. Cooper then beats his man and passes the ball into Ruta. Ruta can't control it because Cooper's pass was just too heavy for him, and Forest might score again here, to be honest, if they can get the ball into the box. He's going to head for the corner, actually, Brennan Johnson. Oh, someone just snap him. Corner to goal kick to Leeds, but as soon as Meslier takes it, it's going to be a final whistle. Curse of the City ground continues. Yeah, that too. Curse of the Premier League continues this season, it's more like. But Forest fans calling for it to be full time. As you can see, we've gone over the allotted 4 minutes. Somerville with the ball. Somerville tries to put it into the box. It's cleared by Forest, and it's going to be full time. Fuck me. Full time then at the City Ground. Leeds have lost 1-0. Leeds have lost 1-0 to Forest here. Really, really disappointing. Really, really disappointing. Jesse Marsh is fuming, but my God, Steve Cooper is ugly. Anyway, I need to I need to get off the stream before I start saying things. Yeah, I think Jesse still gets a few more games, but I'm starting to think that we need to turn to the dark side and just play boring, negative, defensive football. Leeds are still outside the relegation zone, and we have a game in hand on everybody around us. But we still, we just need to get some points on the board. We just need to get some points on the board. And next the next games are scum, home and away. So it's awful. I'm not even like annoyed. I'm just so disappointed and just down because it's just Leeds losing again. In the first half, we should have finished. Sorry, I cannot listen to Graham Souness right now. I don't even want to look at him. Miserable old bastard. Yeah, it's just extremely disappointing. We didn't really look like we did anything different with our new signings. They didn't really add much. But yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. We've lost again in the Premier League. I'm starting to maybe change my mind on whether Jesse Marsh is the right man for the job, because he just doesn't seem to ever have the answers. We just don't seem to win enough football games. That's all we could say, really. That's it. We've lost again. We're not in the relegation zone, but we probably will be soon, especially because we've got scum home and away. I'll probably be live for those games, and maybe we'll be a bit more up for it in those games because it is Man United. But yeah, that is it. Like I said before, if anybody is watching this stream and isn't subscribed, hit that sub button because it really helps me out. We're trying to get to 5k this year, and we've only got about 500 subs to go. Actually, underneath, less than 500 subs to go to 5,000. So if you haven't already, hit that sub button and hit the like button on the stream as well. And yes, there will be some other videos on the channel, and I'll be live on Just Joe's channel, so probably tomorrow night. And then I'm in York for a day or two, so I won't be. To be fair, actually, somebody's just saying. Apparently, in the gram, my mate's just text me who's actually there saying time to go. All the Leeds fans are singing time to go about Jesse Marsh. So it seems like it may have truly turned, and my sort of sentiment was the same as what theirs was, really. When are Leeds playing? Leeds are playing Man United on Wednesday the 8th. I can't be live from that because for that game, I'm actually going to miss that game because I am actually away in York that night, so I'm going to miss that game. But I wonder if I might be able to watch it. I might be able to watch a replay of it the next day or something. So I'll try and put my phone on Do Not Disturb and not see it, and just try and watch it back and then make a video about it if it goes well. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks everybody for joining me and making it a bit more bearable by chatting to me in the chat. But yes, I shall see you next time on Leeds Lately. Thanks for watching this one. See you next time.